Oh, I smell burn. Hello everyone, my name is Walter. I am part Peranakan, part Eurasian. My grandmother's part Thai, so everybody can call me Rojak. Today we're going to cook a curry dish, a chicken dish called Ayam Curry Kapitan. Why Ayam Curry Kapitan? Now I'm not sure whether this is a true story, but according to one story I found on the internet, okay, the story goes that one day a English captain came along and they asked the guy cooking what he was cooking. He was cooking curry, and the guy not speaking English, he just said, "Curry Ayam Kapitan." So it was Curry Ayam Kapitan. Kapitan referring to the captain. So he not understanding the language thought, oh, the name of the dish is called Ayam Curry Kapitan. The name stuck. Okay, and this is a simplified version of Curry Ayam Kapitan. What we need ingredients-wise is basically what you see here: garlic, okay, shallots. Now this one, candle nuts. What they do is they add a certain creaminess to the dish. Blue ginger or galangal. Okay, Malay call it lengkuas. Normal ginger. I like to use the older ginger because I find that they have a lot more spice to them. The yellow ginger or turmeric. So how much to use of it? I always say, look at your hand. For 1 kg of chicken, about just 1 chicken, your galangal, this part. So this is about just nice. How much ginger to use? 1 thumb. How much turmeric to use? 1 finger. 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. These are the 3 main gingers that you want to use. The other things that are really important will be lemongrass. And whenever you want to cook with lemongrass, the main things you want to remember to slice this up so it's easier to blend. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that when you actually cook, right, you can get all that little threads, the long threads of the lemongrass stuck. And then you can like, oh, you can use the dental floss, literally. The green part we'll use for frying or sautéing. The 3 leaves here, the lime leaves or daun lima purut, as well as the turmeric leaf. I usually go to the vegetable store and ask for this. They keep it inside. One other place you can find is Sheng Siong. You know you're going to sponsor me, right? Sheng Siong boss? Okay, anyway, the other things you're going to add is normal red chili. To add a bit more spice, Chilli Padi. This doesn't have a lot of color, but it has that flavor, the heat to it. Of course, you can't go wrong. You must have coconut milk. Final one, for your carbs, you have potatoes. You want to get your yellow potatoes. And usually they will say come from Indonesia. Yellow. Okay, they got to be yellow. And of course, not forgetting your chicken. All right, that's about it. Today I'm using a smaller blender, so I'm going to have to chop up. Let's go with the shallots first. Next thing up, we have your garlic. You don't really have to chop this up. Candle nuts, buah keras, same thing. There's no need to break it up. That's done for the first part, aromatics. Now we need to go to the other part. 3 gingers, like I mentioned first. You don't have to use a knife or a peeler to peel the 2 gingers, except for the galangal. That one I'll show you later. Just use a spoon. Watch this. And done. Turmeric done. Chop it up a little bit and throw it in. Next thing, your ginger. Scrape it away from you. Same thing. Now you smell the ginger. Whew. Oh. Last of the ginger, your blue ginger, your galangal. You want something that looks fresh, hot. Not happy with somebody, ketuk their head, okay? We're only going to use this portion, not this portion. You actually have to use a knife to cut away all the outer skin parts, all these black parts. I'm going to slice this as thinly as possible, otherwise this will be really difficult to blend. Okay, I don't think I can add in much more at this point of time, so I might have to blend this part first and add in the chili second round to go in, okay? I'll chop this lemongrass first. You'll notice like a little gap in here, so what I personally like to do, I will take away this outer part also, and I'll just go on to the actual white bits inside. So this I'm going to throw away. White part. Whew. Blend with oil. I normally like to put in all the ingredients and bring the oil up to about halfway up here. Oil comes up, halfway. I'm going to just now cut the chilies and add that in. All right? Okay. I don't need to chop this up. I'm just going to add in a few. So if you find that thing is a bit too thick, so now I'm going to add a bit of water. It moves better. Last thing I'm going to do, let's just dice the potatoes. And we're done for the prep. Okay, next, this portion, we're going to start cooking the actual curry. Let's turn on the fire. I'm going to add in this oil because I want to actually saute the leaves first. Lemongrass, the green part of the stalk, the daun lima perut or the lime leaf. The last one is this turmeric leaf. Now, turmeric leaf can't fit inside, too big. How? We're going to roll it, and we're going to tie it up, and tie it again, because just want to get it smaller. Done. Okay. Let's stir this up a bit. You can smell that flavor, all that smells of all the 3 different leaves. The lemongrass, if you take a look at the lemongrass, it's turned a nicer shade of green. Earlier on, it wasn't this green. Now it's actually brighter. And once you can smell the citrus flavors, okay, that is when we will add in the rempah. So I'm going to add this in. Okay, you want to basically stir it. Okay, you don't want the bottom to burn. You can smell the rempah actually being tumis already. It's drying up. You see the water floating to the top a little bit. Okay, what we want to do is to really cook it until it's dry. And if it's dry, what happens is instead of puffs of steam coming out, you'll see the oil coming out. That's called the minyak pecah stage. Once that has gone down, the color will turn a lot darker. So this is now like a very medium orange. You want to go until this becomes a darker orange or light red. Alright, so what you can see here, you see all the oil bubbling through. Just now was water bubbling through like geysers and steam puffing up. Now what you see is oil. This is about time to add in the chicken. I wish I had a bigger pot. And then let's stir it in. So what I normally like to do is to stir the chicken into the rempah and let it soak in all that flavor. Once the chicken is about half cooked already, which it is right now, you look at this, it's all gone into the meat. Okay, the rempah is soaking in. I'm going to add in some of the potatoes and mix it in also. So, if you don't, one of the things I'm going to add in now is the coconut milk. Okay, so you add in your coconut milk and you will see the oils that we used earlier, the fats from the chickens are going to come out. This is a really nice thick curry. And at this point, if you find it's way too thick, you can add in a bit of water just to dilute the whole thing. Just be careful not to add in too much. Cooking with coconut, cooking with coconut cream, cooking coconut milk, be careful. If you cook with coconut and you let it boil too much, heat gets too high, what's going to happen? All that fats and water is going to separate up and you're going to get a very broken coconut curry. So when you're cooking rempah, you want minyak pecah. But when you're cooking with coconut, you do not want santan pecah. So continuously stir. Okay, we let it simmer. Okay, the curry is ready. Let's just open it up. All right, it's thicker. You can smell the curry, you can smell the spices. You can also smell the coconut milk. It doesn't have any salt previously, so that means it's not going to be salty, but it is going to be sweet because coconut milk has a bit amount of sweetness to it. So I'm just going to add some salt. Again, salt to taste. And you cannot forget, it's just going to be MSG. The curry is done, right? We're just going to plate it up. Anybody likes chicken head? So here we have it, Ayam Curry Kapitan. If you like this, follow us for more recipes.